All right. This one's called Undercover Copper. As always, disclaimer, this is an adult show. All you snowflakes don't like it, sign off now. All right, let's get straight into it. This was a really, really good one. So we've got a call from a finance company. This black geezer's gonna torch his tractor unit if we repossess it. Tractor unit is the front end of a lorry, if you didn't know. So he's gonna torch it. Every time they ring up a finance company, he says, fuck you, you come and take my tractor unit, I'm gonna fucking torch it. So the finance company says, well, do you want to go and get it? I said, well, how much are you going to pay? I said, because we're going to have to go mob-handed here. They said, he hides it in a yard in Manchester. It's just in a yard, but there's loads of other trucks that park in the yard, and he just rents a space. Okay, so we've got hit a yard. There's going to be other trucks in there. Obviously, there's going to be a yard manager. We're going to be in someone else's yard. We don't know what's going to go on. So I've said, right, I'm going to have to take about 4 blokes with me. And they said, okay. I said, it's going to cost you about 2-3 grand. They've gone, yeah, okay. If you get it back, you get paid that. They says, because we've not got this vehicle. This vehicle's probably worth about 100K. So I've gone, can we do anything? They says, what do you mean? I says, well, you know, are you going to fucking moan at us if it gets heavy-handed or anything? Because this is a logistics nightmare. And sure enough, just get this vehicle back. So I got all the lads together, got the spec lift, drove the spec lift into this yard. We roughly knew what time he was going to be there because we'd been told by the finance company. And we drove around the yard. Even when we drove in, we had like a bloke come out this building looking at us. We drove around and left. Truck wasn't there. We're like, okay, so we parked up. We was probably waiting about an hour. And all of a sudden, he pulls in. So the thing was, I would block the entrance off. I would be on my own, and I would deal with any lorries trying to get out, any lorries trying to get in. I would keep the exit open. The other guys, I'd given 2 glass hammers, emergency hammers. They were told, when the truck pulls up, to 1, smash the driver's window, 1, smash the passenger's window, cause a load of fucking panic, and get the bloke out, get the vehicle. So this bloke's gone in, and he only had the tractor unit. He didn't have a trailer on the back, and he was parking up. As he was parking up, we've gone in, boom, I've secured the entrance. They've all run down, run across the yard, smashed the window. This bloke's screaming, absolutely screaming. Get him out the tractor unit. I've gone, that's brilliant. One of the other guys what I took as well could drive the lorry. He jumped in it, got him out, gone. I moved the vehicle out the way, and he went, and the tractor unit's gone, and I pulled the spec lift back in front. It rung like clockwork. Couldn't have gone any better. And it was done within a space of about fucking probably a minute, 2 minutes. It was brilliant. This black bloke's in the yard, I'm fucking mad. We're like, well, what'd you do that for? What'd you do? I said, mate, listen to your telephone comment. We had the telephone logs. I said, this is what you've been saying on the logs to these people. You know, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Oh, it was only empty threats. And it's like, mate, what do you expect's gonna happen? Then the yard manager come out. Remember, we've already done the repo. So we're trying to leave now. They're trying to box our spec lift in. They can't, because we were in the exit. They're trying to put lorries across the front so we can't go. But our prize has gone. So we've got our money, we've been paid. Well, I get paid. And like I said, I'd always pay my lads whatever. So my lads would always get paid. But I was always no collection, no fee. So if I didn't collect that vehicle, I didn't get paid. Obviously, I got paid well. Nearly have a fight with the yard manager now. Yard manager's going mad. He says, you can't come up here to Manchester and fucking come in my yard and do this on my property. Think you can get away with it. Like, mate, look, you're barking up the wrong fucking tree. This isn't even your argument. It fucking is now and everything. So it's getting heated between us. The thing is, it was a bit weird because we were nearly now fighting when the prize we were after was gone, and it was just a little bit bizarre. So we weren't really engaging with this bloke. We're saying, well, we're going now. So I moved out the yard, and I'd forgotten to give him his paperwork, his repossession warrant. So I've gone back, and I'm literally probably about 50 yards on the left out the yard. So I've gone back, give this bloke his paperwork. He's like, yeah, fuck you, fucking screwed up, you know, the normal stuff. I'm walking back to the spec lift. And all I hear behind me is all these footsteps, and they're getting louder and faster and faster, and I've got, oh, it's a black bloke, he's going to jump me. So I've turned around, and as I've turned around, there's this bloke, this white geezer, he's just right on me, he's literally fucking right, just about to jump on my back. So I've grabbed him, pushed him up against the fence by his throat, and I've grabbed him by his throat with my other hand. I'm squeezing like fuck. Fucking really squeezing the living fucking shit out of him. He's starting to go limp. And then he turns around and he says, I'm old Bill, I'm a copper, I'm like, fuck. No. So this bloke's up against the fence, this copper, and he's I've let go of him, but he's falling down the fence, he's choking. You're under arrest. He's trying to do the old spiel of why I'm under arrest, trying to read me my rights. I'm like, fucking hell, what's going on here? And I've looked around and there's no one else. I'm like, he's undercover cop, I don't know where he's come from. Then another patrol car turns up and a sergeant gets out. And this bloke's trying to give like a bit of a sit rep to the sergeant, saying, oh, this bloke's attacked me, he's strangled me and all this. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking, I'm fucked. Absolutely fucked. Can't get out of it. I did fucking strangle a living shit out of him. So I'm like, how am I going to get out of this? And he's there going, I told him I was old Bill. I announced myself as I was running up the road. He didn't. He was a fucking dirty lying bastard. He didn't say fuck all. He thought he'd get the jump on me, and then he could say to his mates, oh, look at me, I took down this big bloke. 'Cause he was only a small bloke. He was just a dirty fucking lying copper. And he did not tell me he was a copper. So he's telling the sergeant of how he went through the procedures and told me to stand still and done this. I'm just thinking, fucking hell. So now they've handcuffed me and I'm walking towards the back of this patrol car. So I've turned around and I'm trying to think on my feet and I'm going, mate, I said, I didn't hear you. I said, I'm very, very sorry. I do apologise. I said, I didn't hear you. I said, obviously you did issue the command and I didn't hear you. I said, I've got the adrenaline going. I said, you've come up behind me. I said, I'm really, really sorry. I said, I do apologise. Please accept my apology. And all the while I'm looking at the sergeant and the sergeant's like looking at the other copper to see his reaction. And this copper's not having any of it. You fucking did hear me. I said, yeah, mate, I didn't hear you. Look, I must have misheard you. Like, you fucking did, you didn't. I want him nicked, I want him that. And all I keep doing is apologising. And now I'm sat down in the passenger seat and on the back seat, behind the passenger seat of a cop car. But the door's open. I've still got my legs out. It's my last ditched hope. I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm really, really sorry, mate. I said, I didn't hear you. I said, please accept my apology. And this sergeant's still looking at the copper as if to say, should we let him go, like? He's being apologetic. And in the end, this copper clocks his sergeant. And I think this sergeant knows that this copper must be a bit of a fucking prick. Because this sergeant still hasn't fully put me in the back of a police car. And this sergeant went, well, you know, he might not have heard you. And, but I did issue the card. So I'm on the sergeant's side now. No, I didn't, sir. No, yes, sir. No, 3 bags full. So no, I didn't hear him. Oh, it must be windy, fucking whatever. And all the while I'm talking to these, I look at the spec lift. And in the back of the spec lift is a little tiny window, and the other agents, the fucking bastards, are laughing at me. They're all fucking smiling in the back window. I'm like, fucking shut up, lads. They're all fucking, because I've seen the whole thing. And then in the end, the sergeant just says, well, I don't think he meant it. So then this copper backed down. Well, okay then, I'll fucking accept his apology and I'll fucking do it. And in the end, I got de-arrested, took handcuffs off, and then I had to stand there for about 5 minutes while this little copper was like, oh, he's laying down the law to me that I should have done this and I should have called the police that we was doing that. They had reports that we were stealing stuff. And I just had to stand there and go, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. And all that. And in the end, I just walked off thinking, what a fucking wanker he was. Got in the vehicle, started it up. All the others are still cheering. I'm going, shut the fuck up. You can still come and arrest me. Turned the ignition on and just drove off. So that's a story about strangling a copper. I have got a lot of respect for the police, But he was a lying little bastard.